What's up guys, it's Supercar Blondie here. Now, we're surrounded by yachts. I don't know about you, but when I think yachts, I think day off, set sail, have a few drinks, mates around, good times. What we're about to see is the exact opposite of that. This is some of the most extreme weather conditions out on the water ever. There is this guy who literally risks his life every single day with a camera in his hand to get you the best shots. And hopefully on the other side comes out to tell the tale. Check this out.
You're wet, you're cold, you're miserable, you're eating food, getting sick. You're gonna spend most of your time down below decks trying to edit in a cave that's either so sweaty or so cold. I mean, it is the worst job in the world, so that's why there's only 20 people that have ever done it before. I'm Brian Carlin, and I'm an offshore sailing cameraman. It's not your normal cameraman job. My role is a little bit different than other cameramen. What my job is to go sail around the world with professional crews, to be an independent but embedded individual on the yacht to tell the story of these crews, but I cannot touch as much as a rope on this yacht. Now, I've been doing this for quite a number of years now, so that is pretty much my niche market. That's all I really do. At the level we're doing this job, I guess there is a very, very few people have done it. I would say there's probably 20 people who have done this job in the entire world. These V65 have been built specifically to sail around the world as fast as possible. It doesn't have any mod cons, it doesn't have any niceties. Down below it's stripped out. It's not easy being a cameraman on these boats. You come on deck on even a light day and think, oh, I'll be safe enough without putting it in a waterproof housing. It doesn't always go according to plan because there's water everywhere. When you're in these conditions, you're always wet, you're never dry. This is my office. Let me give you a show of what it's all about. Now, downstairs, here we are. This is the main part of the area where all the rock stars sleep. They have a very basic, super basic kitchen. All you have is hot water. You make some fresh water and your meals are freeze-dried. However, this might be the luxurious area. This is not where I work. My office is a little bit back here. Let me show you. Climb over all of this stuff. It's pretty tight. Navigator seat sleeps here. Nav station here. And then, watch my head. Down. And this is my little office back here. I'm not standing up, I'm kneeling down. There's not much to it. It's just a carbon table and a couple of wires. There's no privacy at all. So you're up in people's faces 24 hours a day with a camera. And of course, anybody who has a camera shoved in your face in these extreme environments, under, lack of sleep, hungry, wet, cold, hot, that's not easy to do. And you need to earn that respect and trust with the guys on board the boat to allow you to have access to tell that story. Because if you don't, you will get shut out. Because you're the outsider. There's tensions built across the crew. So, yeah, it is a team. You are part of it. You're embedded to tell a story. But I'm telling you, some of those moments have been my darkest. When you're sitting back there editing by yourself, it's so violent outside. All you want to do is puke in a bucket, and you don't have anybody really to talk to because you're the guy with the camera. They're not always going to be your friend. We normally take 2 action cameras, and then you'll have 2 primary cameras. You have 2 laptops. You have 2 card readers, 2 hard drives. You have to have 2, basically, if not 3, of every item on board. You can't go to a shop and buy something, so you have to be completely self-sufficient. So you can't follow the race around with a helicopter because the distances are too great. So drones came into the mix and captured stuff that you would never have captured before. It's unlike what most people would be used to doing shoots, is where they take off from the ground and come back to a landing pad. No, you got a whole different ball game when you're down in the middle of the Southern Ocean and you can get it off the boat quite easily, but trying to get it back on board while the back of the boat is swinging up and down, you got to be super careful, and a pretty skilled pilot to get it back on. You can't take anything for granted. You can't assume anything on a yacht. You always prepare for the worst case scenario, regardless. Holy shit, I can't believe this. I can't actually believe this is happening. It just hit reef. Oh. It was like a switch that went off in my head, and I got the cameras out and started filming. everybody else had their roles, so I might as well do my job.
I'm packing all my cameras into a paddy case to see if I can keep them dry. That's all I can do right now. I'm going to take a GoPro. It's pitch black. It's really unfortunate.
I really didn't think this was going to end out the way it did.
Really violent, and there's big waves crashing up us, and I have no idea where this reef is.
Pretty evident very soon afterwards that this was a self-rescue mission. There is no one coming from us. We need to get off this yacht. We need to figure out what to do. So all I had to document this entire thing was one camera and one GoPro and one battery each with a limited amount of media and battery life. And we were stuck on the island for 3 days. So I had to be very, very selective about what I shot to make sure this story was told in the best and most kind of sequential manner possible. It's a very, very different type of job. But when you see you don't see it at the time, but when you see it all come together afterwards in a big long story, you kind of go, bloody hell, there was no one else helping me to do that. That was just me.